So about 2 weeks ago, I showed you guys a Crusadia deck that I made, and it was really powerful, cool, but it was lacking in some corners, and I had to make some changes to the deck profile, and I was running the Link monsters of Charmers, and I was also running Thunder Dragon Colossus. Is in some cases uh, Thunder Dragon works, some cases it doesn't. So I had to remove them from the extra deck. I also removed the Charmers because they mainly add 1500 or less defense monster from the deck to the hand, and I made a mistake of running pretty much all of them, and I noticed that most of the Crusadia monsters, they have a really high defense going above the 1500 mark that they usually ask for in order to do the search. So I had to remove them out and implement new cards in the extra deck. Also, I increased the amount of cards going from 42 to 45 in the main deck, and I'm gonna show it to you guys how I'm running the deck now. This is an updated version, and I'm running more Crusadia cards as well. I noticed that I needed them, and I'm gonna go through the deck profile, guys, so you can see how I'm running the deck now. It feels faster and more, a little bit more consistent than before. Also, I've been winning more games, either going with 42 cards or 45. I like to keep a 45 because I want to run a little bit more of hand traps. That way, I have at least one or two hand traps in hand, plus more Crusadia monsters in the hand as well. So let's go quick with the deck profile, and if you want a more in-depth of how to play this deck, I recommend you to check my deck list. So we're running 3 Draw and Blackbird, 3 copies of Maxi, 3 Ash, 3 Crusadia Reclusia, 3 Crusadia Arborea. We're running now 3 Leones, 3 Draco, 3 Maximus. The Kaijus are the same. You're running 2 of Agaldala, 3 Parallel XC, 3 Thunder King. 2 copies of the Thunder King. Definitely 3 Interrupt the Kaiju Slumber. You do want to clear that board, and also special summon your Garda on your opponent's side of the field, and Thunder King on your field. You have 2 copies of War Legacy. From 3, I went to 2 now. It was kind of becoming a little bit of a dead draw, and I decided to just run 2 for now. 1 Revival, 1 Double or Nothing, 1 Call By, 2 Crusadia Power. You definitely need 2. 1 Cross Out, and 3 copies of Impermanence. For the extra deck, now you're running 1 Utopia, 1 Utopia Double, and the newest edition, number S39. And the reason why you want to run 1 copy of this guy, his attack becomes double. Well, not double, but it becomes 5,000 during damage calculation only. His attack increases, and if you negate it, and if you XYZ this guy, you're gonna have a big body on the field. But when you use Double or Nothing to go for OTK, always go with Utopia 39. Negate the attack, and that attack will become double with Double or Nothing. and you can go for game. In case Double or Nothing goes doesn't work, but you need to create a defense, then you can XCs for Utopia Lightning, and that way you have a big guy on the field, and whenever your opponent attacks him or you attack, his attack will become 5,000. That's to have a little of defense. Now I'm running 3 copies of Crusadia Magius. I thought I just needed 2, but there were a couple of duels in where I kind of needed the third one. Before I did say that I only needed 2, but that was because the few times that I used this deck to play with, I only needed 2 copies. But then I ran into some duels where I did need 3 copies. Still needs to you still need 2 Regilex. I removed the Chambers, like I said, and I'm running now Crusadia Spatha. She's really good. So let's say you go through Crusadia Magicians, right? You search for a Crusadia, and let's say you have 3 Crusadias in your hand. You can go for Spatha, and if your opponent doesn't have a monster on the column that you need to increase your Crusadia monster's attack, you can use Spatha to target that monster and put it on the next below the extra deck monster column where you need it in order to increase your Regilex and Abramax attack. She's really good. And then if you special summon another Crusadia, you can go for now either Regilex or Equimax and increase their attack and go for OTK. I am keeping one of the Chamber, and is the light one. The only one that works is the light one. She requires a 1500 or less defense monster in order to be searched, but the only one that works with her is Crusadia Maximus. So I reduce all 3 Chambers only to 1, and that's for the light one. The only one that works with the Crusadia is the light one, and Maximus is 1000 defense. And once she gets destroyed, you can add a Maximus to the hand. And then you're running 2 copies of the Equimax, 1 Blackluster Soldier, 1 Mekk-Knight Crusadia Abramax, and the Ass's Code Talker. Blackluster Soldier is an addition to the deck. I believe I was running it in the previous one as well. But this is the updated version of the extra deck, and I've been winning a lot of games with this deck. I say out of 5 duels, you might lose 1 or 2 times, but you're always gonna be winning at least 3 times. And like I say, you always wanna go second with this deck. Always, pretty much always. And if you go first, you have your Abramax, Equimax, and Abramax for defense. You also have Regulus, and you also have Soldier, Blackluster Soldier. You also have Alboria. She is the protector of the Crusadias. And yep, this is the deck profile. Now let's. I'm gonna show you some duels, so you guys can see how good this deck is while going second, mostly going second. So on this duel, guys, I'm gonna show you an example of while you play this deck. If you have the right amount of hand traps in your hand, you can win some duels. And here we have a Snake Eye deck. We have a Snake Eye player, and we negated his first search with Ash, and we stopped him completely using the using Draw and Lockbird to stop him from searching, and he scoops out. This is one of the quick duels that I did, and an easy win right there. But if you notice, I did had a Draco, and I also had a one of the Kaijus. So let's say our opponent summon a monster, we could have Kaiju and start the duel with Draco, and we if we draw on our turn another Crusadia, we could have pretty much ended the duel anyways. So we're gonna go on a second round, and I'm gonna show you how good this deck is. Even with a really bad hand, you can still win some duels. And our opponent's gonna go first. We're going to negate with impermanence. He's playing a Trap Tricks deck. So it's gonna go with Sarah. And for about maybe 2 or 1 more round, we kind of go slow. But then slowly we start picking up. Since the Kaijus are really slow. The Kaijus are here just for board break. And I believe in the 6th turn we start doing something. So we could have started the game, our play with Draco, but we still needed 1 more Crusadia to do that. So our opponent is summoning his Trap Tricks. He goes for the XYZ, the Flesia. And I believe here we do draw another Crusadia, Leonix. We Ash on the Maxi. This is another example of why I like to run a lot of hand traps in this deck. Is to stop our opponent from going all out on us, But he managed to negate it using that trap card. We go with Thunder King. So we go and start our play. I summon Magicius, then Draco. With Draco I add back Leonis. Remember guys, every time you use your Kaijus or even Slumber, always special summon Thunder King to the middle or to the left. Right or left, skipping the columns in the middle. That way you can increase Abramax's attack to the amount of Thunder King's attack. And the Gardala, you always want to special summon it right here in the middle of the extra zone column. That way you can increase your Crusadia monster's attack. So our guy, so we're gonna add Maximus using Magia's effect. We summon Regilex. Regilex effect will increase his attack to 49,000. 4,900. He ashes us, but we're still gonna go for game here. And we're gonna summon Abramax, Equimax, and we're gonna go for game. Boom. So you can see how many cards our opponent drew, and we still went for the game, even after all that. That's how you're gonna be winning a lot of duels using this deck. There's a lot of ways that you can win, with either with the hand traps or Equimax, or you're gonna be winning with Abramax. You're not gonna be having always the same board as well. We're gonna go here with our fourth duel, and we're gonna be playing against a Math Mech player. And this is another example of having a bad hand, but still winning the game, even though you have a bad hand. So we stopping our opponent from completely from adding more cards to the hand, and here he's gonna go with Final Sigma and ends. We start slow here as well. We set 2. And I believe in the 5th or 6th round I start doing my play. No, I believe it's here. Okay, so I believe here is when I believe I OTK my opponent as well. And I call by on his Max C. Summon Magius. With Draco, I'm gonna add back. He ashes, I believe Magius. Yeah, he ashes on Magius. But I still do my play. And I believe I go for, yeah, I go for Regilex, and I end the turn there. So I activate Revival to increase Regilex attack, so we don't take a big damage. So we're gonna save Regilex with Arborea. Our opponent will special summon to go for a Link, and I believe he scoops out here because he makes a mistake, and I win the duel. So finish. Erebus surrendered. He made the mistake of summoning the magician right next to Regulus column, and you know Regulus' effect of increasing his attack if you have a monster pointing at his link pointer. He realizes that, and he knew his screw up, and then he leaves. Alright, let's go with our final round. Twice dead. And our opponent is gonna start first, and we have a pretty good hand here. We have all the Crusadia monsters that we need. We have a Kaiju to get rid of one of their powerful monsters, and 2 World Succession. I would have wished to have just 1 copy and have a different card, but we drew 2 copies, and as you can see, this is one of the reasons why I took one of the legacy out and just have 2. Stuff like this used to happen a lot to me with the previous version. So here we drew another Borea, another Crusadia, and we go for the kill here. So I summon Magicius, I add Draco, Regilex, then I use Legacy to summon Reclusia, then I add Crusadia Power just in case he throws something at us. So our opponent went through with Maxi and he keeps drawing, but we're still gonna go for the game here. I activate Maximus Effect and we kill him. Second turn win, finish. So this is how this deck pretty much runs. If you can get this right, you're always gonna be winning duels. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna keep doing a little bit more gameplay of this deck. Also, every month, like I said, I'm going to show you my deck profiles. I have about 23 now. I added a new one into the roster, so there's gonna be more than 23 in the future, and we're gonna wrap it up here. Again, enjoy your day, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.